All right, so I should be live. I'm not sure if I am live to all three locations, but I will. Well, I just got a notification on YouTube, so I guess I am good on YouTube. I'm going to jump around and take a quick look. Just a test. I heard someone make a comment saying they can't. They tried multi-streaming and there was an issue on Twitch, so I want to take a quick look. So, at least right now, everything looks okay on YouTube. I'll watch the video afterwards. They did say something about being in some gaming category and their videos don't stay up. I didn't understand that. I'm not that familiar with Twitch anymore. When it was Justin TV is one thing. When it became Twitch, I didn't really pay attention or stick around with that. So I'm going to open up another browser, see if I can log into Twitch. All right, I'm not logged in. I'm not going to remember passwords and stuff. Jesus Christmas. Let's try. Nope. Nope. Check my phone. Probably have Twitch on my phone. Should I go that route? Just check my phone. Our new mobile app is here. Yada yada yada. Whatever. I think it. When I go to activities, no. Huh. How would I even see if I'm streaming on Twitch? I can't even work the app. That's hilarious. My channel. Okay. Okay, so I am live. I'll watch later. I don't know why he was saying there will be no recording. He did say something about gaming category and stuff. I don't know. Hey, what's going on, Steve? Just doing some quick testing here. So Facebook is working, and I could see you making comments and stuff. Looks like Twitch is working, and I'm on YouTube. Now, I believe the comment was something about audio was messed up on Twitch, and they thought it was because they were streaming at 1080p 30, which I don't understand how that would affect anything, especially since 1080p 30 is video. But I am multi-streaming. I am streaming to Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch with Ecamm, 1080p 30 frames. And I mean, I have it on my phone, so I'm looking at my phone, and there we are. I mean, the latency is not bad because I just put it up on the phone and I saw it. Just did it twice. But as far as I could tell, everything's fine. It is Sunday, almost afternoon. So it is August 25th, Sunday, 11:44 a.m. in the Chicagoland area. So I thought I would just play around a little bit. Might do this like every Sunday. Just go live and BS unless people have questions. But I was curious about the multi-streaming and seeing if there's any issues. Also, I've been playing around with my microphones. I found my Rode Wireless Go's, so I have those connected. I am using the Shure MV7 now. I'm going to switch over real quick because to me, it a lot of things matter. I'm using Ecamm. I do have Streamlabs. I haven't had a chance to play with it much. And I did try, I think, a couple weeks ago, and I froze on it. Like, not my video and everything, but like me, my brain. It was like, how do I do anything? I'm so accustomed now to Ecamm on the Mac and all the drag and drop and, you know, easy customization. Um, it's gonna probably take me a minute on Streamlabs to figure it out. I know a lot of people like it, especially on Twitch. I know there's a lot of plugins and things you could do with it. I think a lot of people actually somehow combine it with Ecamm, but I think the only reason I have a subscription to Streamlabs is because of the Mevos. So I have like the Mevo Pro account, which is all the Streamlabs stuff. But this is Ecamm Live. Uh, where's my demo mode? Here's demo mode. So I have my basic setup here. I got some basic scenes here with my overlays, my audio, and you can see right here, we are currently using the Rodecaster Duo, which is my MV7. I'm gonna mute this. And now we should be on the Rode Wireless Go. And I'm a little surprised because it's not picking up my fan to the best of my knowledge. I'll see when I go back to the recording. But it's not picking up my fan, which is good. Let me adjust this a little bit. I thought the audio was going to be worse. I've used OBS quite a bit. I started with OBS. My biggest issue with OBS is I prefer things that are very user friendly, kind of plug and play. Because of the start of COVID, being in corporate IT, I didn't want to introduce any systems that were too complicated to staff. I did show them OBS. I showed them the basics of OBS, and it was bad. I mean, the audio, all kinds of stuff, and I had to do all the updating. I had to do the basic setup and everything. It's free. It's nice. It's modular. You have to build it. Ecamm is pretty much all there. 12 seconds. Let me read that again. Also on Facebook, from me clicking send to seeing about 12 seconds. Yeah, the delay. There's always going to be delay. I don't know what would be considered a good delay or a bad delay. I would say bad is when you type something and 5 minutes later I see it. A few seconds should be good. I would worry more, I guess, if it was 30 seconds or more. It might be a good number. I'm not familiar what like the standard would be for the latency or the normal lag. Oh, latency, I think, is the better term. But you're always gonna have that difference in time. Nothing's gonna be real time currently with any of the software that I know of. Even if I was going directly to Facebook, probably going to still have a few seconds delay. That's normal. What normal numbers are, I do not know, but a delay is normal. But yeah, I've used Ecamm, I've used OBS, I tried using Restream. Uh, I played a little bit with vMix. vMix and Ecamm have a lot of similarities to where vMix is PC only and Ecamm is Mac only. vMix has a lot to offer, but I still found it not as user friendly as Ecamm. I want to say, to me, and I don't see it as a negative, but some people do. Ecamm being Mac only tends to be one of the issues some people have. Me personally, that doesn't bother me. I bought a Mac. I tested Ecamm. I liked it. I kept the Mac. Matter of fact, I bought more than one. So I'm going to switch to this camera. So I actually have my MacBook Pro over there. I have that set up with Ecamm. I just set up that little station there. I think it was last week, the other week, just to play around. I like the monitor because it's got its own built-in camera and lights and all that stuff. And then, you know, I'm over here with the Mac Mini with the dual monitors, the mixer and stuff. Do I need all this? No. I mean, I could plug this microphone straight into the computer. But, you know, the more I play with gear, the more I could hopefully help other people understand it. And I mean, multiple cameras all connected. I could switch between them and everything in Ecamm. I prefer use the Stream Deck to do it. But I mean, there's a lot of similarities. But to me, using the Mac with Ecamm and all the like drag and drop, I mean, it is very simple to build your setup, build your scenes and everything. And with OBS, if I remember correctly, if you wanted to use NDI, that was a plug-in or you had to add it. Sometimes when you update, it breaks NDI, and then you have to like re-download a new version and build it up and add it. So if you're cool with all the add-ons and building it, OBS is cool. It does have a lot to offer, in my opinion. But if you want something that, yeah, I pay for it, there's benefits to it. You know, I'm also on the affiliate, you know, I'm set up with the affiliation. So, you know, other people sign up for Ecamm through my link. I get a commission. If I was actually pushing it and selling it, I could probably not only pay for my own Ecamm. I don't even know why this is in front of me right now. But I could make money too if I was to push it. But to me, Ecamm is a lot easier to deal with. And there's so much you could deal with. I mean, the different colors and the lettering and NDI is built into it. Now Zoom is integrated with it. I haven't played with it because I don't do interviews and stuff. But I mean, Ecamm just has so much packed into it. I prefer Ecamm over everything. Now, if I'm going to do anything on my PC, that's a different story. I'm going to go back to OBS. So OBS on the PC, I might play with Streamlabs and try to figure it out a little bit, and I could probably put that on the PC. But yeah, even Camo, I think Camo allows you to stream and everything. You could do that on the iPad. So there's a lot of things out there. It's what you're comfortable with. Right now, Ecamm is what I'm basically comfortable with. Let's see what else is popping up or going on here. Yeah, so I mean, as far as I could tell, everything seems to be working fine on all the sites. So I'm not sure. And I'm still confused with the comment that they can't review their video on Twitch because Twitch deletes all their videos because they're in the gaming category. I would think you would have a history of your videos, but I'm not familiar. You're 100 PC, you don't like Macs? I mean, to me, a tool's a tool. Whatever works for you. So I mean, the PC is fine. And whatever accomplishes what you need. For me, just for this alone, if this is all I did and it's a dedicated like streaming device and everything, to me, I think the Macs are great, especially the M series with the Apple chip. I mean, I got base models, and the amount of crazy I could do with a base model Mac. I mean, you go into PC, now you're dealing with graphics cards. I want to get my my build. I built one computer and I was happy with it, but it's not in this room. I might throw it on this desk, but I ended up building what was it? An i5. Uh, I can't even remember the specs and everything on that thing. It was a 7. It was an i7 something K, and I got the Elgato card that you stick inside the computer if I could do the cameras and everything. The card wouldn't even work. Right. And then I found out I needed a graphics card. And with COVID and all the crazy, and graphics cards were like 5 times more expensive than normal. But I finally got a graphics card. Now, I have probably $2,000 invested in that PC. And my Mac Mini, in my opinion, blows that PC away. And the Mac Mini is like 600 bucks. So to me, if you think about it as a tool, if you think about it as you don't need to learn all the ins and outs of the Mac, really all you need to do is learn the software itself. Because I've had people tell me something similar, like, oh, I would never use a Mac, this, and that. I'm like, why? I don't want to learn a new operating system. I'm like, everything you do is on Chrome. It's like browser based. You check your email on Chrome. You go to 365 on Chrome. You add Chrome to the Mac. You pretty much do the same thing. But no, I understand. There's a lot of people that swear by Mac. They hate PC, vice versa. To me, whatever gets the job done. I use PC all the time. I use Mac all the time. I mean, sometimes I don't even use a computer. I just use my phone. I mean, there's apps on your phone that could do a lot. So it all depends. Let me move this up because this is even bigger. Uh, Grew up with PCs since Windows 3.1. Okay. I just don't like Apple's products, overpaying for old tech. Overpaying for old tech, I don't know about that one. I'll be curious what you mean by overpaying for old tech. My understanding, again, I'm not well versed on all products, but my understanding, at least with the Macs, the MacBooks, they're normally coming out with stuff no one else is, like, you know, higher resolution cameras and stuff. At least before, I don't know about now. You don't like Apple products, overpaying for old tech. Yes, I have used Macs and iPhones, and I just don't like them. Windows and Linux is what I'm used to. Linux is even more rare, I think, for non-technical, non-coders and stuff like that. But I've even played with Linux. I mean, especially with older computers that were not supported anymore with Windows. I've added Linux on them. I'm gonna be honest with you. The only thing I don't like are Chromebooks. I don't care what anyone says. I don't like Chromebooks. But I'll use anything else. I'll use anything else. But I think a lot of the things that I personal opinion noticed with Mac in comparison to PC, which makes me kind of like Mac a little bit more. The main thing is, and some people don't like this, the software and hardware is pretty much all managed by Apple. And I personally like that. Where with Windows, they focused on the operating system, and pretty much anybody and their mama makes the computer. I mean, you have Lenovo, HP, Acer, name brands that I've never even heard of. And then you have to tweak that operating system for that particular laptop. To me, not saying that it's perfect or this is, how it works, but to me, with Apple being in charge of the hardware and software, they're responsible for making sure everything works. Everything syncs, everything's gonna hopefully be the best it can be. Do they do stuff that other people complain about? Yeah. I think what was it? The M2. They were saying something about they did something to where the SSDs speeds were not as fast as the M1s unless you went with a terabyte or more of storage. Is that going to really affect the average Joe? I consider myself an average Joe, even though I play with tech probably a little bit more than some people. But yeah, I mean, personally, I don't even think I touched a PC until high school. I'm trying to remember. The first computer was some weird tape deck next to it. It's all pre Windows. And then there was the one with the floppy disk. I think when I finally purchased my first computer and it had Windows, I think it was Windows 98. And I believe is when, more or less, I'll have to Google it, when Pentium 4s came out. When did the Pentium 4 come out? Let me see. When did Pentium 4 come out? Because I think that was around the time I got my first computer. California, so Pentium 4s came out in the year 2000? Really? Maybe it was a little bit before that. Because I do remember the whole Y2K scare and all that stuff. But I think, no, Windows 95. Windows 95 was the first Windows that I had. Then I upgraded to, I think, Windows 98. And then I had, did they call it Millennium? The Millennium Edition, which was supposed to be the 2000. When did I buy my first Mac? I think I bought my first Mac in 2010. That's laying around here somewhere in a box. But no, pretty much it's always been PC. I played with the Mac a little bit. I do like the iPhone. I'm not going to lie. I've had several iPhones. So I like the iPhones. I like the iPads. But as far as computer, most of it's been PC. Uh, I bought the one Mac just to play around and check it out. But ever since this whole thing, ever since Ecamm and the Mac, what, 2 3 years ago, if I'm going to do streaming, recording, any of that, that's on the Mac. Early 90s, let me throw that up there. Early 90s, PC was a 3.1, then 311, then Windows 95. 95 was the first one I remember, on a 25 floppy disk. Then 98 came out on the CD. Uh, we're always amazed when things, advance, and then we just think it's second nature. Like who really cares about an operating system these days? I mean, Windows 10, whatever. Windows 11, whatever. Click, move, save. But I remember in high school, what was it? They were teaching us Pascal programming, and you had to type all this stuff out just for the computer to do like math. It was like, yay. And the big cardboard floppy you had to stick in there just to boot up the computer and everything. But I mean, just to think how far technology has come in X amount of years to where, I mean, I've seen a few videos and I think they're kind of funny where they'll show someone younger, probably a teenager or something like that, and they'll give them like a Walkman. And they're looking at an 8-track player. And they're like, what's this? It's funny. MS DOS, yeah. And I mean, you know, people today don't understand the struggles of our youth. The internet, dial up. Ma, get off the phone. I used to love that. Like you're trying to go online and do stuff, and then mom picks up the phone to make a phone call, and you're offline. You know, the good old days. What's going on, Richard? Just testing things. So now I'm getting chat not only from Facebook, I'm getting chat from YouTube. Richard's on YouTube. I don't expect anyone to jump onto Twitch, but again, I'm looking at Twitch on my phone. Everything looks fine. I'm looking at YouTube on my computer over here. Everything looks fine. Steve, you're on Facebook. So, I mean, the only thing I'm going to probably do when I end this is see if I can log into Twitch. Oh, I just played on my phone. Just make sure the audio and everything's good because, again, someone in one of the Facebook groups was saying something about choppy video, bad audio, and stuff like that. And they believe it was because they were broadcasting in 1080p 30, which I am broadcasting in 1080p 30 to all three locations. What they're feeding out, I don't know. I'm pretty sure they're probably dropping it in some of them, but it is what it is. What we got here, CPC, my first games machine, games on cassette tape. Yeah, I remember cassette tape style thing. 2 hours. Wait, what? 2 hours to load? 2 hours to load the game. Go down, have dinner, come back. It crashed. Rewind the tape. Oh man. And I wasn't really into computer games. I did like when they came out with like the Atari and the Nintendo and all that stuff. But I mean, just I remember, was it the original Nintendo? The game doesn't work. Stick it back in there, powered it back up. The struggles, man, the struggles. No, we thought Asteroids and Defender was cool with the little joystick and the button. Now they got these controllers with 6 buttons and triggers and all this stuff, and I can't even see all the stuff going all over the screen. No, I'm good. I'm good. All right, guys, it's been a slice. It's still early today. My God, it's only noon. But I wanna check out the footage. I just charged up my drone. I haven't used my drone in a while, so depending on the weather and if it's not outside, I might try to fly the drone around and see if I can stream that. Uh, Sega Mega. I remember Sega Genesis. I remember Sega Genesis. My brother had the Sega Genesis, and I think if I remember correctly, uh, you had to stick like a CD. You opened it up, you stuck a CD in there, and that's how you played your game. Sega Genesis was actually cool, I think. Um, I remember talking to someone about the Nintendo, and they said, "Oh, I got the original Nintendo." Oh, I'm like, "Oh, you got the robot and all that stuff?" And they're like, "Robot? What robot?" Nintendo, if I remember correctly, came out with like a little robot and the gun for duck hunting and stuff like that. But it's like no one remembers the robot. They had a robot. I got one of those little ones. Oh, was it D DIG or DGI? It's a tiny one. You actually have to take your phone and plug the remote control around it, and it's supposed to live stream, but I was trying to figure out how to bring it into the production. And there's really no good way right now unless you set up your own server. Yeah, I think that's it. The DJI Mini. The DJI Mini. I believe that's the one. So I think in one of my tests, I ended up setting up my own little server and I was sending the feed because the drone itself will RTMP out, but Ecamm does not accept RTMP in, if I'm saying that correctly. So I had to set up my own RTMP server in order to get that footage, but it wasn't that great, you know. So in the end, all I did was set up the drone to stream to YouTube, I think in a private channel, and then I just screen capped it. But hopefully one of these days they'll add it to the software, because I like plug and play. I like more basic, simple connections. Telling people, oh, you could do your drone. You just got to set up a RTMP server and do all this stuff. Like, no. But I bought it to play with it because I was curious how you could bring that into your production. So I mean, like you see, I do have the multiple cameras that I could jump around. But it's like, wouldn't it be cool to have your drone? You're flying your drone around. You hit a button, you switch to your camera or that camera. But unless you're gonna get a higher end drone, because I think they have drones that their remote actually has an HDMI out. So I believe some people would just connect that to like a HDMI cable with a cam link, or they'll try to use some type of like wireless transmission thing. But I've had people telling me just uh, stream the screen. Use like NDI to capture the screen. But then you're gonna have all the controls and stuff. I just want the clean video. But I've been charging it for a few hours. I think the battery should be good. Um, I made the mistake of practicing in the house and I kept crashing it, ramming it into my cabinets and stuff. But the backyard should be good. Just fly it around a little bit. Using the DJI Mavic 3 Pro, perfect for recording. Okay, not sure about RTMP, but it does have the HDMI out on the Pro RC. See, and that's the thing with the HDMI out. Whether you wanted to use wireless or a wired setup, you could work with that. So I mean, you could literally just put the HDMI cable with something like a cam link, pop that right into the computer. You got the feed. If you have one of those transmitters, whether it's an NDI transmitter or a what do you call it? Hollyland, I think it's one brand. Hollyland HDMI transmitter receiver set. You know, you could probably rig that up, or you could hold the remote and probably have it like on a belt. Like clip that on your belt or something, and you can still use the remote. But yeah, the Mini is it's a lower, I guess, a budget drone. It doesn't have the fancy connections. But yeah, I don't know. I might fly it. The weekends I'm normally very lazy, so the title fits. Lazy. Oh shoot, that says Saturday. It's Sunday. Hold on. Typo. Typo. Let me let me fix that. There we go. It's Sunday. See, I can't even remember the day. It costs as much as your laptop. Yeah. Plus, I didn't want to deal with, because I heard you need like licenses and stuff like that. I didn't want to deal with licensing and all that stuff. Even though I only fly it in my house. I didn't realize the text. I think I was live last week Saturday. That's why it threw me off. But yeah, you did say it was Sunday, and I'm like, yeah, it's Sunday. But it didn't. This one, it didn't hit me that I didn't put. But yeah, weekends alone is just lazy for me. So work Monday through Friday, and then the weekends is like. But all right, everyone, I'm gonna stop this. I'm gonna jump in, make sure I can hear audio fine. Everything's fine. I'm assuming Facebook and YouTube is perfectly fine. Really? I thought you needed a license if it was over a certain size. I might have to look at that Maverick one. I mean, the price will kill me. Um, I'm pretty sure the price will kill me. But yeah, I thought there was a thing with drones with like some kind of, depending on the size of the drone or something, that you had to be licensed. Maybe it's a U.S. thing. I don't know. Things are different in different areas. But I could swear. Is it based on size, weight, S- size or weight or something? Thought it was. Maybe it's not a license. No, yeah, you had to take some kind of class or have some kind of license, I think, in order to fly certain drones. But I'm not a big drone person, but I'm trying to remember. Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, especially if it's something you're utilizing. Me, I just play with tech. So it's not like any of these cameras or microphones or anything I use for any kind of like actual business. Even this channel is just me playing around. Well, the YouTube channel. I think I'm actually on my main Facebook channel on the stream. I've had that for years. But the basic NAS on YouTube, that was just me experimenting. And I still experiment. So I used to experiment on Justin TV and then started working. And then I found out Justin TV, I think, became Twitch. And then once COVID hit, all this started again. So I got interested again, and I just started making a channel after a while. Talk about networks, talk about basic understanding of networks and gear and connections. I just put out a video earlier today talking about using proper cabling and stuff with your cam links and with your devices because they will affect how things work. I don't use it much, but I got it for when I needed it. Yeah, especially next year, I'll be using it a lot. Yeah, yeah. And I mean, I've seen people use drones for different things. Who was the last one? I think I saw someone use a drone to like fly around a property um, roof. There's a contractor not too long ago in my neighborhood. They were fixing a roof. They were taking it up to check the roof and stuff. What is going on, Siri? You're wait, what time is it? You're up? Isn't it like 1 in the morning? It's 1 in the morning. So I'm just playing and testing. Um, Someone had mentioned having an issue multi-streaming. So right now, this is live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. So three different platforms. And yeah, just wanted to see how everything looked. Siri, check this out for you could be like confused. Like, Victor's crazy. I didn't get that. Could you try again? I'm not talking to you. Hush. Okay. She said okay. I said off the phone. But yeah, I got the chat here, and what's nice, you could see it's got the big F. So that's Facebook. You are on YouTube. Richard was on YouTube. Nobody's on Twitch, but that's okay. But I could get the chat from all the different places that I'm streaming at and everything. I like software. I'm not accustomed to using a phone. I'm trying. I know a lot of people just take their phone and put it up there, but me, I like my cameras. I like playing around with my cameras, you know, jumping all over the place. So Victor likes to play. Just to back to this one. So, oh, you're right. Let me. Mod views is here. I don't even know what that means. I'm just gonna hit dismiss. I didn't even think about that. I'm just gonna do yo 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 yo. Then let me go back into demo mode. That way you guys could see this. And I'm gonna hit send now. I saw it in Ecamm like instantly. So as soon as I sent it, it popped up in Ecamm. So yeah, yeah. And I mean, I could see it perfectly on there. So that's Twitch. And I mean, even the microphones, I like playing with the microphone. So I'm going to switch back to my favorite microphone, which is my MV7. That's this one. So you tell me if you could really hear the difference between these mics. I'm going to go ahead and switch now. So now I'm back, and this is the microphone I prefer. But the Rode Wireless Go was actually working pretty good because I do have a fan right next to me, and I don't think you were really picking up the fan a lot. But this microphone to me is my favorite microphone. And this is my go-to microphone. I'm not going to travel with this microphone because it's also one of my most expensive microphones. But it's still considered a budget microphone. But yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and I said this 5 times, I think. I'm going to go ahead and end this. Just jump in real quick, check out the other ones. I want to see what quality they're actually being saved on because I know YouTube is going to do the 1080 30. Facebook, I never know. Sometimes it's 720, sometimes it's 1080. And then I'm going to see if I can log into Twitch. Maybe not this computer, but I think my Windows computer has my login information and everything for Twitch. And I'm going to check that one out. But to the best of my knowledge, no glitches with the internet, which my internet setup is ridiculous here. I got way too much stuff going on. To the best of my knowledge, I'm not seeing any errors or any issues with the multi-stream, whether it's YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch. So I'm going to end this now, jump in each one real quick, just get a little feel for what everything looks like, sounds like. And I'm probably going to warm up some lunch and relax for a few. I will be catching a bunch of people tonight on YouTube, but I will not be up that late. Facebook is saying 1080p. Yeah, I don't know why Facebook tends to switch it on me. I wonder if it's because I'm on my phone sometimes. Maybe the phone ends up being 720 because I could swear on Facebook sometimes my videos are 720. But at least on the computer, I always stream at 1080p 30. If I do 4K, it's because I'm testing something. But my standard is always the 1080p. So thank you for the information. That's good to know. And I'm going to be curious to see if Twitch actually deletes my video because I don't understand why they would delete videos. Only thing I could think of is for copyright reasons. And for gamers, I could understand that. They probably got music and all this stuff going on, but it seems weird. Go to setting the video quality from auto. Oh, yeah. So you're switching it. Yeah, that's another thing. I don't understand why the auto select is always so low. Like when I jumped into YouTube, the auto select was like 380. I mean, I have a gigabit internet. I got like 300 up and like 900 down, and I'm wireless. That's another thing. I always tell everyone to wire your computer. Oh, no, I am wired. I am wired on this one. I'm also running Speedify. So if you're not familiar with Speedify, I'm going to go back to demo mode for you can see this. I'm running. Oh, wait. It helps if I am not doing demo mode on that screen, but I'm doing demo mode on this screen. So I'm also running Speedify. So I have an Ethernet connection and a wireless connection. The problem with this is they're both the same internet. So I have the computer wired, plus I'm on the Wi-Fi, but it's actually the same like internet. So if the internet goes out in my house, they both gonna die. So that's not the best way to use it, but it is what it is. All right, everyone, take it easy. I'm gonna find a time that works for me. That way, I could probably do a constant live on Sundays. The reason is I like to learn as much as I can about all this stuff. That way I can help other people. I do not have watch hours, which prevents me from understanding the monetization part, how to set things up with that, how to work with the what they call that stuff, super chats, all that stuff. Never really interested in me before, but a lot of people I hang out with now are newer channels or just growing, and they seem to have a lot of information out there that is confusing people. So I personally want to experience the whole. All right, Steve, have yourself a good one. I want to personally experience the whole monetization setup and everything for myself, because that's the way I learn. I need to do it myself. So I will be doing lives more often. Going to try to schedule them sometime on Sunday just to try to build up some watch hours as well and check out the monetization stuff. 1,000 subs, 4,000 watch hours for the full monetization. They do have the 500 subs and 3,000 watch hours. So I am at a little over 650, I think like 662 subs. So I need the 3,000 watch hours. I'm barely over 1,000 right now. That way you could do, what is it called? Super chats and super stickers. Siri, if you're still here, this is probably going to be important. Ad revenue, I believe, is still the 1,000 subs and 4,000 watch hours. So for you to get actual money for like the ads and all that stuff, that's still the 1,000 subs, 4,000 watch hours. And Siri, again, if you're paying attention, for the Philippines, be very careful when you reach that goal. There is a tax for the Philippines. You have to properly set up the taxes for the Philippines. If not, the U.S. is going to tax you 30%. I don't know about other countries, but you have to be very careful with that. 1,000 subs and 4,000 watch hours and 1,000 subs and 10. Yeah, the shorts is another one. But yeah, I find it interesting when people ask that a lot. But if you look, and I'll see if I could, you're not going to see it very well, but I could bring it up on my phone. I have the YouTube Studio on my phone. I could bring it up on the screen, but that'll take me a little bit longer to set up. But if you go to, I'm going to try to show that a little bit. If you go to the earn part, so if you see right there, I need 3,000 watch hours or the 3 million in shorts. And that's for memberships, super stickers, that kind of thing. But what you're saying is correct for watch page ads and the short feed ads. So for you to qualify for the ads, you need the 1,000 to 4,000 and the 10 million, or one of the either 4,000 or 10 million watch hours. They had changed it. Was it last year? I don't remember when they changed it, but they kind of broke it up into like a like two sections. So if you get the 500 subs and 3,000 watch hours, or 45,000 public short views last 90 days. Oh, that's what I had. Or the 3 million short hours. You qualify that. Yeah, they do a lot of weird stuff now. Here's another one that I've learned. That's recent, I think, in the last 6 months or so. It was this year. If you do a live, and this is why a lot of people do it. Some people don't even know this. It's just the way they learned how to do live streaming. If you do a live in the vertical format, which is probably standard when you use your phone if you don't know how to switch it, that gets pushed on the shorts feed. And because it's being pushed on the shorts feed, it gets pushed out to way more people. So if you were to do just a regular, like I'm doing now, only so many people would be like, it would only be pushed to like X amount of people, depending on other parts of the algorithm, which I don't understand that well. But if I did this in vertical, it would be pushed out to like 10 times more people, 20 times more people. So depending on the content, depending on the people that find you, channel growth is insane right now. Depending on the details. I don't want to say certain things because it's not always true. You know, it's not like I'm going to say it's only women in other countries. I've seen guys do the vertical and they get a lot of views and they get a lot of, you know, subs and all that stuff. But vertical lives on YouTube for the last 5 or 6 months, insanity. The amount of subs, the amount of growth, the amount of watch hours. I know channels that are 2 months old that already have over 1,000 subs and over 3,000 watch hours, and they're 2-3 months old. I'm like, what? But if you look at their very first videos, if they're like an older channel, like the ones that are 1 or 2 years old, you look at their beginnings, 20, 30, 40, maybe 100, 200 views. And then you look at their current, like thousands and thousands of views. But every single one of their newer videos, their newer lives, all vertical. Every single one. And they're 3+ hours long. I've seen some do 8-hour lives, which there's no way I'm going to be on here for 8 hours. So, you know, play the system. I mean, if you want those hours, and do vertical, do 3 hours straight. I mean, I can't do that. All right. That's it. This 20-minute test probably got way longer. I'll see how long it is afterwards. All right, everyone. Take care and probably catch you next week. Ciao.